If football is family, then I want a new family.
The Denver Broncos, who head back to the Rockies.
If football is family, I feel like we're the Manson family. I feel like I'm sitting on the set of Maury Povich just waiting to hear the test results that say,
You are not!
That I have no relation to this f***ing team. 16 straight losses to the Chiefs. And the Broncos didn't even get their boobies.
Today is her 16th birthday.
Fred, she's gotten her boobies.
The NFL has turned Broncos fans into Alex from A Clockwork Orange in terms of how we are being forced to watch our football team. Our Torment, directed by Stanley Kubiak. And despite the Broncos' attempts to change the team by means of experimental, controversial psychiatry,
I hope to God it'll torture you to madness.
this team cannot be changed, and we are forced to view
Ultra-violence.
the final score of this game, 19-8. If you are 19, the last time you saw the Broncos beat the Chiefs was probably when you were 8. We haven't seen a 19-8 football game since 1927. Patrick Mahomes has never lost to the Broncos, and this was Taylor Swift when Denver last beat the Chiefs. And like clockwork, every time I watch the team in orange, I too am tortured, and I no longer know who I am. It's the new to the 14th, whatever. For the world's longest documentary about pain, subscribe here to my YouTube channel. Also, if you want to get the I'm Dying Inside shirts, you can click that link below. I don't have mine on because it's still dirty. It's still dirty from the last time I wore it, just 4 days ago. So, if you feel bad inside. Panthers fans, we got one for you now too. In all of the new worst game evers, there's usually a single play that's kind of a microcosm of the entire shit show that the game is, and in this one, it's Damari Mathis, Broncos corner, going in when Patrick Mahomes is scrambling, and instead of tackling him, elects to take on the block from Jerick McKinnon. I don't know what Damari is thinking here. Usually you could make some sort of argument about what was going through the guy's head, why he might have done this, but no. Now, per most Broncos game, the offense looked good early, which is ridiculous for me to say, considering the Broncos offense didn't score a single point until the fourth quarter. But I'm talking about the first 2 drives of the game. I'm thinking about this stat that showed how good Russell Wilson has been in the first halves of football games versus being horrible in the second halves. But the Broncos started this game running the ball well. Russ was doing a little escapism to save plays. Specifically, Denver was running very, very well. Jaleel McLaughlin, Javonte Williams, back from injury. I said, yes, this is the game plan. Run, and actually never pass. Like, just do the Belichick thing where you just run all game and don't even think about passing. So 4th and short, what do? Oh, they try and throw. With the effectiveness of, I don't know, an Advil to treat erectile dysfunction. Next drive, Al Michaels is definitely talking about sex on this nice Javonte Williams run.
Big hole, exploits that, baby.
And Russell Wilson immediately gives the ball back to Kansas City. Nick Bolton picks it. Nick Bolton, of course, is the son of famed 80s and 90s singer icon Michael Bolton, who oddly describes exactly how I feel about Russell Wilson. All I do know is the Broncos cannot go the distance with Russell Wilson. Now after that, this is how the game played out, all right? This is all you need to know. The Broncos defense played pretty well. The defense keeps KC in check. And then this happens to the offense.
Denver, and they give it to the up back, and he won't get it.
Defense keeps KC in check, and then this happens to the offense.
The left pass is tipped and incomplete.
Defense keeps KC in check, then this happens to the offense. Defense keeps KC in check, then this happens to the offense. Defense keeps Casey in check, and then this happens to the offense. Oh boy. The craziest part is the defense seemed to play well, even though Vance Joseph works his game tablet like an 80-year-old man. And then Cortland Sutton made arguably the best catch I've seen a Denver Bronco make since all 4 of our quarterbacks caught COVID and we started a wide receiver at QB. I feel like every week I am forced to feel the disgusting feeling of hope. A 1-score game with plenty of time left. There's that hope creeping in again. Fortunately, my hope, the feeling I now hate more than my unsettled bowels in the throes of food poisoning, didn't last long, as the Chiefs kicked another lame-ass field goal to close out the game. But wait. we had to embarrass ourselves one last time. Like Colin Kaepernick before him, my man Samaje Perine got victimized by his own knee. And just like last weekend, the Broncos game ends on a horrific, embarrassing fumble. That was the game in a nutshell. Let me talk about Sean Payton, okay? Amazon Prime got a clear picture of the Broncos play sheet and aired it. That's called sabotage. Jeff Bezos, still pissed, Walmart outbid him for the Denver Broncos. Do you know how I know Sean Payton is tanking?
This player, I think, is the type of player that we would look back on in 5 years and say, he's why the lottery exists now.
No, not because he literally said he would, but because these are play names on his call sheet. Dragon Lion Deli, Nudzy Dr. X Space Out, also sounds like a Kubrick film. Nudge Double Quail. No wonder Russell Wilson's struggling. Those are not NFL play calls. That's just fucking nonsense. Now, it wasn't just Sean Payton's call sheet we got a close-up of. It was Russell Wilson's infamous wristband. If you don't know, Sean Payton made Russ wear a wristband with the plays on it so they could get plays called more quickly, even though Russ is kind of opposed to wearing wristbands. Good news, this wristband completely useless. It looks like half the Bible is written on there. Nobody can read that shit. The only reason I know those aren't Bible verses is because God hasn't answered a prayer in Broncos country since 2015. Russ would have had an easier time finding his way out of that Andy Reid corn maze than reading a single play on that stupid wristband. Russ completed just 13 passes for 95 yards. 95 yards passing in today's NFL for a non-rookie. I've seen Mac Jones accidentally throw for more than 95 yards. And no, that does not count his pick sixes. Sean Payton's biggest gaffe was calling a timeout before halftime. No, I know that doesn't sound bad, but wait guys, he called the timeout after Denver failed to convert on 3rd down because Mike McGlinchey is terrible at blocking, leading to a sack. So Sean stopped the clock for the Chiefs. A play so baffling, Steve Spagnuolo was shocked his team didn't need to call a timeout. If the goal was to confuse the Chiefs there, Sean, then actually you succeeded. That gaffe led to the Chiefs' best offensive play. Kicker Harrison Butker blasting a 60-yard field goal in the wind. Dust in the wind. Payton called it a boneheaded mistake after the game. I don't think so. That kind of mistake is insulting to those of us with bones in our heads.
He's why the lottery exists now.
Former Bronco Sua Cravens posted this after the game. Apparently, multiple Broncos don't like Sean Payton's coaching style. Here's a thought. No one likes the coaching style of a coach who's losing games. Maybe you didn't like Vic Fangio's style or Hackett's style or Vance Joseph's style because they weren't winning. Payton's style may very well be tanking. God, please let it be tanking. Now, the most interesting part of this game, it occurred before the opening kickoff. No, not Taylor Swift, we don't care. I'm referring to Steve Smith. Not just throwing Jerry Jeudy under the bus, but tying him down, then grabbing the keys and driving the bus over him himself.
And so when I saw him, he's playing well. I wanted to say to him face to face, like, hey, I know I said some things in the past or probably shouldn't have, and I'm sorry. His response, Mike Robb and Bucky, was ninja.
I may not be the best ninja.
Ninja? Yes, I'm using the word ninja. I'm just using the word ninja. I don't mess with you. And it was a curse word.
Go ninja, go ninja, go. Go ninja, go ninja, go.
I'm sorry that I said you were a jag, just a guy who's an average wide receiver they use a first-round pick on that isn't doing anything.
Okay, so the context is Steve Smith was pissed off Jerry Jeudy. Don't fuck with no ninjas. Which to me makes Jerry Jeudy shredder.
Enter the ninja.
I'm sorry for saying that you're an average wide receiver that they eventually will move on, and when teams call me and asking, should they trade for you, I will say no, don't trade for Jerry Jeudy because he's mentally unable to handle constructive criticism from people who watch specifically, can he be a wide receiver?
And yes, I actually had more ninja references I was going to use. And it turns out that Jerry's most pissed off effort of all time resulted in 3 receptions for 14 yards. Enough about the Broncos. What about the Chiefs? What about those Chiefs? Chiefs fans have no idea. They have no idea how to watch a football team with a good defense. Talk about a spoiled fan base right now. The Chiefs are 5-1. And their fans are bitching online about how hard it is to see their team win 5 in a row. Like an aristocrat, complaining the woman who just gave him a blowjob didn't do it with caviar in her mouth. Oh, it's 3 p.m. Where's my caviar fellatio? I have ordered the caviar fellatio for my pre-dinner snack. I am a little concerned with the Chiefs offense. I really am. I mean, Zach Wilson's team scored more on my Broncos than you did, Kansas City. The Chiefs were 1-5 as an offense in the red zone. If you told me that before the game, I would say, doesn't matter, the Broncos will still fuck it up. Andy Reid dialed up a very bizarre fake field goal that got stuffed on 4th down. Far be it for me to criticize the best head coach in the league, but wouldn't you want to save that play for a more worthy opponent? Or hell, even just the Raiders? People on Twitter were saying the Chiefs were playing with their food. Well, guess what? Andy Reid would never in a million years do anything other than just eat his food. They also ran a read option with Kadarius Toney and let Kadarius Toney throw a pass. Is Andy Reid so bored he's like, let me see what happens when I take the ball out of Patrick Mahomes' hands? Call me crazy. If I had Patrick Mahomes, I would never throw the ball with anyone else on the field ever for not any reason. Okay? That's just what do I know though? At one point on the Chiefs' first drive, Travis Kelce caught a pass, had plenty of room to pick up a first down, and decided to lateral the ball to Noah Gray. And I can't even blame Kelce for this. Apparently he does this all the time in practice. And if I had my girlfriend watching, I would probably try some shit like this too, because who cares? It's the Broncos. He's bored of just ripping their zone defense for 100 yards every game to spice things up for himself. Oh wait, he did that too anyway. In conclusion, I'm just wondering when my compliance as a Broncos fan will be rewarded.
Compliance will be rewarded.
This place is cursed. You're doomed if you stay here.
It's not funny anymore. Not funny at all. They're both dead. And he's still there.
So here we are, not having the time of our lives, asking our GM,
tell me what you had in mind, Georgie boy.
What's the plan, Georgie? What's the plan?
Oh, the old Moloko Plus first, would you not say? He's coming to sharpen us up.
Some of the Moloko Plus.
Gibberish? Yeah, that sounds about right. Thanks for watching the Who Gives a Shit Ever. I am Brandon Perna. Subscribe here on YouTube. Thank you guys for watching these videos and making this season tolerable. Tolerable.